Hello my gorgeous people, I'm going to let you know what is going to happen to you and what to expect in between the 4th and the 18th of June 2020. So this reading is going to be for the stage or a period in between the 4th and the 18th of June 2020, and I am going to start with a gorgeous and ever so precious Aries, my beautiful Aries. Now this is an important moment to prove yourself. It's an important moment to show yourself, because it's all about your own determination. Your intuition shall be guiding you really beautifully indeed, which means that you just, on one hand, you need to let go an important stage, an important part of your journey that is slowly coming to an end. But on another hand, it's a very sacred moment in time when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, because it's at the same time going to reveal an important initiative, and this initiative will be very important when it comes to your own determination, when it comes to your strength, when it comes to your power, and most certainly when it comes to the idea as well at the same time that is going to come to the surface. It's an important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Aries, as I said, to just basically to make sure that you understand that there is going to be the certain stage that you are going to need to learn to let go. But look at this. It's the Hermit, my gorgeous Aries. It's an important moment in time, and it's all about your subconscious mind. It's all about what your subconscious mind is actually going to reveal to you. Something very important, because at the same time, it's a lot to do with the things in your life that have been keeping you down, and most importantly, things in your life that have been keeping you restrained. It's important to realize when we get to the quite significant stage of our life, where on one hand, it's an important ending, but on another hand, it's also a rather remarkable new beginning that we are also going to have. It's about the perspective indeed. So this stage and this period, it's also going to reveal a little Hermit moment, which means that you are on one of these days in between the 4th and 18th of June. Also, it's not so much about, I'm just going to have the need to be by myself and I'm going to be withdrawn and things like that. It's not so much about that, but it's more about the power of your subconscious mind, and it's all about listening to yourself at the same time, because you are going to be sacredly guided. So watch for the little signs, watch for the combinations of the numbers repeating to you, for the sequences of the numbers repeating to you. But at the same time, if you do notice this, like on your phone, on the television, on the radio, whatever, as soon as you come to terms with these certain numbers and certain sequences like a repeating, that at the same time is a very strong indication that an important opportunity is going to come forward. But at the same time, it's going to be pretty much so connected to what you were thinking at around the time, but also most importantly, what was kind of like creating the certain stage where you found yourself on a stop, or you didn't really know what to do, or you weren't too sure which direction to go, perhaps which turn to take. Your Hermit moment is going to happen indeed, and it is going to be in between 4th and the 18th of June, and it's going to be one day when you're going to feel like a little bit deep, you're going to feel a little bit unusual, you're going to feel a little bit, you're going to feel a little bit different, but at the same time, something very important is going to come to you, something very significant is going to become the part of your reality, and you will know exactly what do you need to pay attention to. And this is going to surprise you, but it's going to be very interesting indeed in many different ways. You just need to remember to look at the bigger picture. This is something that I need you to remember. Remember to look at the bigger picture. You see, my gorgeous Aries, and your oracle card is purity. This is absolutely fantastic. You just need to trust yourself. This is a strong sign and a strong indication that you really need to trust yourself, because it will be like a quite confusing moment that you're going to have between the 4th and 18th of June, and that confusing moment is going to be connected to you making some kind of decision, which is rather important, but it's still going to bring uncertainties because of the actual unknown feeling beyond that particular situation. So you just need to remember to trust yourself, but also to have the Hermit as representing the whole stage that you will have. It means that you are going to be sacred absolutely guided, and it's very important to listen to yourself, to listen to your intuition, my gorgeous Aries, indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurini, my gorgeous Taurini. This is for the stage and the period in between the 4th and the 18th of June. You know, you've got a lucky number, but it's a very important lucky number at the same time as well. It's number 7. My gorgeous Taurinis, if you come to terms with something important, or if you're like doing something significant, and you are going to, because this is going to be all about your personal advancement, pretty much so. So to have number 7 written on your hand, to have number 7, like for example, like a little pendant with number 7 on, or number 7 even simply written on a little piece of paper, and you have this with you throughout this time in between the 4th and 18th of June. At the same time, you allow yourself to attach this beautiful energy, which is just going to enhance your vibration, and it's at the same time going to help you to get things crystal clear that are very important to you and that are quite necessary for your own personal development. This is a quite significant time, my gorgeous Taurini, because it's just all about the actual advancement, you know, when it comes to your life, and you are going to surprise yourself, but in the best possible way. The way things are going to unfold, the way things are going to develop, are going to give you the necessary power. They're going to give you the necessary strength in order to have the enough confidence and courage to go forward. And you will see and you will know exactly what I mean. You also need to remember just to trust yourself, to trust your instincts, because this is a quite powerful stage of your own personal advancement. I know that a certain departure and journey are also going to be connected to you when it comes to this stage. So this means that either you are going to have a visit from someone, or you are going to visit someone, or you're going to have an important information also on another hand from someone that you haven't seen in a while, but this information will be quite important for you, because it's going to help you to understand the certain situation, which is on another hand going to provide you with the perspective that you really need. But this time is what you have been waiting for, because it's just so important to say that it's so important to say that it's all about your own actual development and unfoldment of the situation that you are going to have at the same time. And also on another hand, you know, it's just about an important connection. It's also going to play quite a significant role here. And when I say an important connection, it's just somebody who you know somebody who you know and who you quite appreciate in many different ways. It's also going to help you to understand something on a slightly different level. And this is quite significant because it's going to help you to speed up the certain things, and it's going to help you to speed up the certain process, but at the same time it's going to confirm something quite significant to you when it comes to your own advancement at the same time. The Empress, and absolutely remarkable, and this doesn't surprise me because you are finally going to start to make a sense out of the situation that was affecting you, but you couldn't do too much about it. But now you're going to find your way through, you're going to find your way around, and you're also going to on another hand going to find your way through the certain situation that was holding you down. And you will realize there is no point to kind of like to let yourself to kind of maybe worry or to kind of think negatively, because there is absolutely no point to do this, because most certainly it's going to boil down to one particular thing. It's not only about the idea that you're going to have yourself, but it's more about the fact that you're actually going to be very very advanced when it comes to your own psychic feelings, very advanced when it comes to your own third psychic eye. And most certainly that advancement, it's really gonna be absolutely enormously important important when it comes to you, because it's going to help you to move on, you know, and it's also on another hand going to help you to make a really wise decision, really wise decision you will make. And this decision that you will make is just going to be absolutely amazing, because it's just going to be something that is going to be there for a long time, and it's going to be the right thing to do, and it's most certainly going to make you so much happier later on down on the line indeed. Okay, and just remember, you know, that there is going to be the moment where you're gonna have, my gorgeous Torini, when you're gonna feel like a little bit, oh my god, no, something is just maybe going to make you feel a little bit scared, you know, or something is going to make you feel like a little bit uncertain, but you're just gonna have to go along. Remember, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's important for you to remember to just keep going, work through your fears if there are any fears, because at any moment in time when you feel like a little bit uncomfortable, or you feel like a little bit uncertain, that creates this fear, this is also a very important moment that you will know that there is something quite beautiful is about to happen and unfold for you. But before that, there is going to be an important message that you're going to have at the same time, like some kind of news that you're going to have, and this is going to be really important when it comes to some kind of idea supplementation, but also at the same time when it comes to the actual recognition of the certain abilities. And this is going to be an important moment for you, because it's just going to be something that is going to be quite integral part of your spiritual journey, in particular now when we are entering the second part of year 2020, which is now we are in June basically. So now we are slowly going to be seeing things changing and moving on quite quickly, in particular those things that have been very slow for a while. You see, forgiveness, very important, you know, karmically, I know. Oh God, you know, forgiveness. You know, karmically, this is important because it means that you will be tested, but not in a testy way tested. You will be tested in such a way where now, as I said, this is the June. It's all about that now, just going into the new energy, new vibration, new door, new entrance. And now we just have to catch up with those things that are holding us down, that are preventing us to move on. So there is something that is just going to become part of your journey, my gorgeous Torini, in between 4th and the 18th of June. And you're going to need to remember that you must you're going to have a feeling about like not angry, but some kind of like a karma with someone or with a certain situation. It's going to bounce back, and it's going to require from you, and it's going to make you feel like a little bit not angry, but still like some kind of like a negative feeling towards someone or towards the certain situation. So this is important. This is nothing out of the blue or anything like that, but it's just a sign for you that karmically you need to remember to forgiveness. You see, it's to do with the forgive and forget, and that is just not, you know, I know it's easy to say, oh, forgive and forget, but it's important because it's to do with your spiritual journey. It's to do with your spirituality and allowing your spiritual journey to evolve. It's all about our evolvement now, our spiritual evolvement in between June and the end of the year 2020. And this is something that is going to be important, you know, to you and for your progress indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, you know, ooh la la, you're reaching a moment when you're going to feel yourself like so strongly and so beautifully, and this is going to be slightly important time when it comes to feeling that ground underneath your feet, when it comes to feeling that ground below your feet. It's so important because it's going to get you firmly standing. I say this because it is just the power that you're going to have, the activity that you're going to feel, the energy that you're going to feel at the same time. It's also on one hand going to make you feel really good about the things that you were kind of uncertain about, you know, over the last 6 months. So this reading is quite significant, and it's also important when it comes to all the things that have been happening within the last 6 months that have been making you feel uncertain uncertain, that have been bringing you down, that have been making you a little bit sad, that have been making you a little bit negative, and also things that you have been blaming yourself. It's important to release and let it go, my gorgeous Gemini, because you know what is actually going to happen. You're reaching an important stage when it comes to your spirituality, and an important stage when it comes to your maturity, when it comes to that particular feeling, that particular energy, which is on another hand going to boil down to one particular thing, my gorgeous Gemini. You are going to make a very important decision, and that decision is going to make you feel really important, basically, when it comes to your own success, when it comes to your own responsibility, but also when it comes to some kind of reliable feeling. Reliability, but it's important because at the same time that is going to show the certain ability to you. It's going to provide you with an ability which is on another hand going to provide you with a direction. On another hand, it's going to provide you with a focus and the perspective that it's also going to help you out to realize that things are going to be fine. And also on another hand, what you're worrying about, like the problem, the certain problem that you were worrying about, it's also the answer is that you're going to be absolutely fine, you're going to be absolutely great, and the win-win outcome is your focus. You see, win-win outcome, my gorgeous Gemini, which means that on one hand you're going to be kind of come to terms with a certain situation where you're going to kind of feel like also in between the 4th and the 18th of June, where you're going to be like, oh, I don't know, I'm not too sure. You're going to be doubting about two things, you're going to be thinking about two things, you're going to be uncertain about two things, but at the same time I need to let you know it doesn't really matter. You just go for it, my gorgeous Geminis, because both things are going to be absolutely fine. Both things are going to be a win-win outcome for you, most certainly. And also you will start an important process and progress that in November 2020, this is going to be the time when you will be able to really feel all this situation that is just happening now, but on the whole next level, which means that on another hand, this is the great time to plant the seed. And that's exactly what you are going to do, my gorgeous Gemini. You are going to plant an important spiritual seed. And it's very important to do it right now because the land is absolutely super fertile, in particular when it comes to you. Things that you have been wondering about in March 2020, now you're going to have an answer. Things that you had a problem with it around the March 2020, now this is going to come to an end. Things that have been slowing you down in March 2020 and made you really sad and negative, now this is all going to start unfolding in a really beautiful direction, and it's all about the unfoldment, your own activation at the same time, but also little wake-up call it's going to happen to you, which means that you will also you will also be tested in a certain way, but it's a lot to do with your emotions, and it's a lot to do with the people in your life, people around you, but you just need to remember that you have to stay strong. It's very, very important. It's all going to be absolutely fine, but you just need to remember to stay strong, my gorgeous Gemini. Okie dokie, so I'm just going to see what is your tarot card, my gorgeous babies. Okay. She's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. Oh God. Okay, so now that's your Gemini, King of Coins, of course. It's fantastic, and there is going to be a really incredible opportunity that you are going to have as well in this stage, in this period, but it's also going to be the inspiration from someone very important, someone very strong, and someone very powerful in your life. It's going to inspire you at the right moment, at the right time. You are going to hear a very good news about an important person in your life that you were worrying about, but also on another hand, this is more about the inspiration from someone really great, someone really powerful, someone really successful in your life, but at the same time an important advice advice you will have. This advice will be very, very significant for you, my gorgeous Gemini, indeed, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so now I'm going to see what is your oracle card, my gorgeous Gemini. She's a maniac. Oh my lord, this is your time, my babies. I think you've been through a lot. I think a lot was slowing you down. I think a lot was affecting you, but this is just a lot to do with the personal spiritual journey. It's a lot to do with our karma. It's a lot to do with what's happening in our life and what we're going to do next. But most certainly, this is the time to thrive. This is the time to try new things and try to break the certain barriers. Just remember, try to break the certain barriers, my gorgeous Geminis. Try to do things differently. Try different things. It's going to be important because there are going to be quite a few things that are going to happen around you that are going to help you not only to understand certain things around you, but it's also going to help you with the next stage of your life. An important confirmation, which is going to lead into something really huge later on. Okay? Very, very important moments in time, Gemini. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's my gorgeous and ever so precious and beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerini now, ooh la la. You see, my gorgeous Cancerini, your lucky number throughout this time in between 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to be number 9. Number 9 is like a really good number when it comes to reaching a very important stage, very important point in your life, and that is very huge because it's a lot to do with your whole life, everything that you have done, everything that you have been through. Now, things that have been bringing you down, things that have been slowing you down, and things that didn't unfold and develop you wanted to develop the way you wanted them to develop, the slow things, now going to really take an important turn. It's so beautiful because on one hand, it's an important progress. It's going to take place, an important progress which you need, an important progress which is very significant and very important, for your life in general, but also the understanding of the situation around you. It's going to be pretty much clear, and that in itself is going to be important because it's going to bring you an important promise. At the same time, you will know an important answer. You will have an important answer, my gorgeous Cancerini, and this answer will also kind of surprise you, but it's going to be good for your own personal development and for your own radiance at the same time, because it's going to help you to see things through, but also on another hand, it's going to bring you an important promise into your life. This promise you really need it, pretty much so, because it's just going to be really beautiful light, at the end of the tunnel at the same time, but it's to do with who you are, and it's also to do with certain ability that it's going to be rewarded at the same time. Now, what else I was going to say when it comes to number 9, when I said that this is your lucky number, so you just basically need to kind of write this on a little bit of paper, or you need to kind of like maybe have a little pendant, with number 9 on. You write on a little bit of paper, number 9, a little bit of piece of paper on your hand, however you would like to connect yourself to this particular energy, because this is what you're doing. You're attaching yourself to this particular energy, which on another hand makes you familiar with this vibration, and it increases your vibration almost immediately. So therefore you are that much more connected, so you kind of like even easier you get things going, you see things through, you understand things, so you know like what your next step is going to be. It brings you good luck when it comes to making decisions, but also it's quite important when it comes to your spiritual progress at the same time. My gorgeous Cancerinis, this is the actual this is a great time, you will hear something important, but this is when it comes to your own success. You will have a good luck this time as well, but it's also important to say that now you will know it's about your material attainment. You will find yourself in a really nice way when it comes to your own advantage. Also, on another hand, this is going to reflect beautifully on your well-being. So if you were lacking in energy and things like that, this is going to be quite good time. And also for those moments, in your life when you were like kind of like if you had like a long ailments that you didn't see an improvement. So now most certainly this is going to bring you a wonderful improvement indeed. You see every time when the light goes, and I can see that this is going to be happening now, it means that this is the sign. This is an important sign, my gorgeous Cancerini. You see my light is keep on going off, so now I'm going to just switch this off. I'm so sorry. It happens when it gets warm, I think, and because it's a quite warm day today. Warm day. My gosh. Okay, so now warm day it's today. So that's why this happens. So just a second. Sorry, Cancerini. Okay, let's see if it's gonna work here. Okay, let's see how many minutes it's gonna work now. Dun, 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 dun. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, also what I was going to say is just about the actual finding yourself in a really in an advanced way. This is going to reflect on your well-being beautifully, but also, you know, when it comes to long ailments, but it's the victorious moment in time. You will hear something that is going to make you feel victorious. And this is really good, because I know that this is going to put a big smile on your face, because it's going to help you to realize that certain difficulties are slowly coming to an end, and that is going to reflect on your own stability, and it's to do with a wish, and it's to do with something very important that you have been waiting for. And you know, and over the last 10 weeks in particular, this is going to be clear and beautiful reflection of that moment in time, you know. And also, you know, it's a lot it's an important stage to try to relax yourself as much as you can. Try to like connect to the sun as much as you can, to the sun energy. Try to look at the sun, close your eyes and relax like this, in this particular way. Try to like do all sorts of like a relaxation that you possibly can, because you're going to benefit from it like there is no tomorrow, like meditations, relaxation and the grounding, because that is on another hand going to reveal something quite significant for you later on. But it's an important moment in time also. On one hand, you will get to know a way out of the situation also that has been around you for quite a while and you were uncertain, but also on another hand, this is going to rejuvenate you if you do it at this within this time, this meditation, you know. This is important because it's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, and it's also going to help you to cleanse yourself in many different ways indeed. So now I'm also you know, and one more thing, it's, you know, over the last 10 or 11 months, you kind of like maybe blamed yourself for the certain mistake, and maybe you were like kind of paying off for the certain mistake that you were blaming yourself for. It's to do with the choice that you made. Now this is slowly coming to an end, and now this is going to be quite a continuation of this, because, you know, something else is instead going to come to the surface, but it's going to be positive now, and it's going to make it to celebrate at the same time. You see, you've got like a 10 of swords, but it's an upside down 10 of swords, which is indicating that the negative stage of your life is slowly coming to an end. And this is very important, because you felt that there was nothing that you could do about it. It was nothing that it could come from you. Like it was a lot about the things that have been happening around, that have been affecting you in a certain way. So this is slowly coming to an end. And this 10 of swords that it's upside down, it's also saying and trying to let you know that there were, you know, over the last, like, you know, within the first 6 months, you know, you felt really like your hands were tied. You felt like you couldn't do too much, and maybe it was just like a little bit anger and negativity that you felt. So now this is coming to an end, and it's proving that now from June until the end of the year, you know, this is going to be an important moment in time of an unfoldment, in particular when it comes to the reflection of everything that was happening within the first 6 months. That was really slow, and that just wasn't happening, and that was affecting you like this, you know. And so this is why this is an important moment in time indeed. Okay, on another hand, my gorgeous Cancerini, she's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. Oh, she's a maniac. Do you see the potential? I don't know how much you can see. Do you see the potential? This is amazing. This stage, my gorgeous Cancerini, in between 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to reveal an important potential. Okay? This potential is super important for your development and for the next stage as well. A little surprise along the line as well, but it's going to be important because this potential, it's not only going to be really huge later on, but on another hand, it's also going to have the second stage in September 2020 when things are going to be a bit more clear. But on another hand, it's going to speed things up for you. It's going to speed up the slow process. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Leones. My gorgeous Leones. Now, this is for the stage in between the 4th and the 18th of June, indeed. And this is, you know what? It's like, you are reaching a quite important stage here, you know. You are reaching important stage when it comes to your own personal progress, you know, as well. And now it's going to be the time for action, an important time for action, because also on another hand it's just all about the actual influence as well. An important influence is going to come through, which is a quite significant person in your life who is going to confirm this to you at the same time. But it's all about the motivation towards your own success, towards the way out of the situation that just didn't look too good, too well. But it's also about an important, incredible motivation. This is superb time for you, my gorgeous Leones, because it's a bit more than just, you know, like a motivation and the actual progress. This is very personal time for you, because it boils down to like not only the first 6 months of the year, but I am talking about the last couple of years, things that have been going on in your life, in particular what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go, what you wanted to reach in your life, you know, the stage that you wanted to reach, but you just didn't, because there was a lot around you that you had to do. And sometimes simply we just can't leave things and just get on with something else, you know. It's a lot to do with our progress. It's a lot to do with our spirituality and our spiritual journey and our karma. So karmically and spiritually, you are absolutely reaching an incredible stage, because now this is going to bring you an opportunity, my gorgeous Leones. You need to be as open-minded as you can, because the opportunity is going to arise when you least expect it. The opportunity is going to happen when you least expect it. And also, on another hand, it's just going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey in many different ways. Because on one hand, you're going to find out something quite significant about yourself. On another hand, you're going to be surprised a little bit. But most importantly, it's all about a brand new perspective and promise that you're going to have at the same time. This will be huge, this will be powerful, this will be very significant, because you will know exactly how your life is going to change after this stage and after this period in between the 4th and the 18th of June. This period is going to be directly connected to you realizing the way your life is going to start unfolding, but you will like it, because most certainly there will be a little surprise at the same time. But it's also to do with what you want to do for an absolute ages. This is going to make you feel so happy. This is going to make you feel so ecstatic. This is going to make you feel so excited, because it's almost immediately going to bring you a healing energy in. Yes, it's going to require from you making necessary changes. Yes, it's going to require from you to kind of like start making important decisions, but it's all going to boil down to you it's all going to boil down to you probably making one of the biggest decisions of your life. This light goes off every time I say something like important, significant, huge. This light really confirms it for you, you see. So I'm just going to try to fix this. Sorry. La 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 la. I'm just going to try to go down quickly and get the different. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. I'm doing it. You see, it's just this light gets so hot. I'm so sorry about this. I'm so sorry. The light is communicating to us. It cannot withstand my energy. Yeah, but it's important because this month will really change everything. I mean, this is very significant and I really like it indeed, my gorgeous Leonis. So now I'm going to take the card. I'm going to take the tarot card for you, my gorgeous Leonis. Sorry, I was like running down. I was running down to get this because I don't want my Leonis to wait. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is your tarot card going to show. What is your tarot card going to be, my gorgeous Leonis, for this stage, this period? It's important. I know it's important. Judgment. Oh la la, you see this Judgment. It's you will make an important decision. This is what I say. It's all about an important decision that you're going to make, you know, but also at the same time, it's about your improvement. It's about your development. You will be able to feel this. You will be able to sense this. You know, it's important to say that it's to do with a quite significant outcome of the past efforts, but also if you are wanting to kind of apply for the jobs and things like that, this is an important moment in time of having a good luck about it and positive outcome. But also when it comes to the actual promotion, you know, and things like that, this is absolutely an important moment in time. Okay, but it's an important decision that you're going to make here, you know, but it's significant time when it comes to improvement, development and promotion, and which is going to lead towards your own rebirth as well. But just remember that you need to forgive also. If you feel negative about the some kind of situation, if someone makes you feel like really negative and things like that, any thought that you have like that, it's very important to just forgive. You know, just let it go. As I say, it's about you allowing yourself, it's about you allowing your spirit to reach an integral part of your spiritual journey. So this is all about your own development, nobody else. So anyone who makes you feel negative or low, try to work through it. Try to work through that situation. Try to work through that problem. Try to work through that negativity. And then there is something quite beautiful that is going to come out of it, because you're going to allow yourself to go on the next level, on the next stage of your life. And your Orakina, Cardina, Oracle card. And your Oracle card, my gorgeous Leonis. She's a maniac, maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. Oh, you see this? Just have a courage, my gorgeous Leone, because you will be tested indeed, but you will have all the necessary power. You will have all the necessary courage. There will be the situation when you're gonna feel tested and you're gonna feel a bit nervous, but you just need to trust yourself. You need to trust your intuition. This is very important. And as soon as you do that, you just open your mouth. You go where you need to go. You do what you need to do. And as soon as you open your mouth, you're gonna be absolutely fine. It's all about the courage and that energy that you need to allow to come through you, and then after that you're gonna be fine. Do you see what I mean? So you will be tested and you're gonna come to terms with someone or some person and the situation, but it's just you're gonna feel like you need the courage and self-esteem, but you're gonna be absolutely fine. Just remember what Sashita told you. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini, my gorgeous Virgos, my beautiful Virgolinis. This is an important moment in time to know, because you know, oh my God, it's about the actual good news that you're going to have. And this is going to be so personal to you. This is going to be so important to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because this is all about your personal gain. You're going to find yourself not only on an advanced level, my babies, but you're also going to find yourself like in the middle of the process that you already have been, but you will realize that you are much further out that you thought that that you are. And the further out means good. The further out means brilliant. The further out means that you actually have been through quite a lot over the last 8 months in particular. So now karmically you are about to get your reward, and that news that you are going to hear, it's going to be connected to the actual whole process within the last 8 months that was slowing you down, that was confusing you. And it's a lot to do with your subconscious mind and something that was at the back of your mind throughout this time that you wanted to do, that you wanted to change, but it's to do with like doing something huge, something really important, and it's to do with making like a really major life change. But at the same time, when we come to terms with certain things in our lives, and and when we come to terms with a big change and a massive change in the things that we need to do in order to make it happen, you don't do it like almost immediately. It doesn't happen almost immediately, but it's just all about the timing and working things through and working through our problems, negativities, and all the tasks that we have until we reach this particular stage. So this will be very deep and this will be very important, but also it is going to be the beginning of an absolutely mind-blowing ooh la la stage, a Vavavumish stage, because you will just simply know what you need to do. You will just simply know where you need to go. You will just simply know which turn to take. But it's so much so to do with things that were on your mind before, as I said, but now you're just reaching this beautiful polished moment, at the same time, polished in many different ways, because it is just going to set you free in so many different ways, my gorgeous Virgolinis. But then on another hand, it's about the actual finding yourself, on an advanced stage, it's what you expected, but it's gonna come with an opportunity at the same time, and that opportunity is gonna open your eyes, like this. And this is going to be absolutely everything, because it's just going to make you realize your own advancement, but also, other things are going to become obvious on the horizons at the same time. Two things that you're going to be wondering about, you're going to be indecisive a little bit, but most certainly you will go for the right decision. You will go for the right situation, because your personal issue is about to reach an important resolution as well. And that at the same time, it's almost immediately going to bring you wonderful inspiration, wonderful promise, which is going to make you feel really creative. But then at the same time, it's going to bring you a really significant perspective. It's to do with your desires, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is in between the 4th and the 18th of June, and this is all to do with your desires. It's all to do with who you are. It's all to do with your essence. So there is a lot going to be revealed to you, but there are going to be opportunities like all around the place. Opportunities are going to happen to you when you also kind of like don't really expect that they will happen to you whatsoever. And this is why this is going to be so wonderful indeed. It's to do with the recognition of your abilities, but then at the same time it's to do with ideas that have been implemented already, and now this is going to be like a quite nice progress that you are going to have, that it's on another hand going to pave the whole new direction to you at the same time. But it's also going to confirm that you're on the right path, that you're on the right journey, in particular when it comes to like kind of uncertain feeling and uncertain vibration that you had over the last few months. Indeed, this is going to be the wonderful way out of the situation that you're going to have, beautiful swift change, and that message that is going to arrive, it's also going to provide you with an important indication. Somebody in your life is going to have an important message for you. Somebody in your life is somebody who means to you, somebody who's important to you. It's going to have a quite significant and mind-blowing message for you. And that message that you are going to have, it's going to help you to realize where you are at the moment, but in the best possible way. You're reaching an important stage and you have done the whole circle. And now what is happening now, it's going to have a direct connection with the actual December 2020. So my gorgeous Virgolinis, you will kind of make absolutely significant progress here. So the progress that you're going to start and make is going to have a really huge impact in December 2020. But also, if you want to, as I said, you know, if you want to start some kind of job, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for work and things like that, this is going to be quite a remarkable time at the same time as well, because your personal vibration will be very strong, and that is going to make you very powerful, and that is going to bring that courage in you, within you, which is also on another hand going to help you to project your own energy to the best of your abilities, so everybody around is going to be able to feel it exactly the way you want them to feel it. And this is brilliant, and it's rather perfect, Virgolinis, when it comes to testing, you know, when it comes to like a challenges, when it comes to like a job offers and things like that. Or if you're retired, for example, you know, what is bothering you, what is bringing you down, what do you want to do, what would you like to achieve, what do you think that you need to do next. You know, it's all to do with what is going on in our lives right now, but also at the same time where we want to get, where we want to go, what we want to achieve. An important moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolinis indeed. Okay, so now, my God, you're really going, like, even now, the 21st of May, the 21st of May 2021. Yeah, 21st of May 2021. Next year, 21st of May, it's going to be remarkable for you. You see, this is a really important and really big and really deep and really powerful stage in many different ways, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You see, you don't only have like a December connected to it, 2020, but you also have like a 21st of May, which is going to be remarkable when it comes to this. It's going to be very significant and very successful and rather victorious as well. Okay, this is, look at this. This is an incredible card, Solitude, my gorgeous Virgolinis, which means that, you know, you're also going to have like a little hermit moment. And the little hermit moment that it's going to happen, when I say hermit moment, in between the 4th and the 18th of June, this is an important time, because Hermit, Virgolinis, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this is your card. You're pretty much so connected to the Hermit in many different ways. You have got a strong power of your mind when it comes to your conscious mind, when it comes to your subconscious mind, when it comes to you making decisions, because you are very deeply connected to all the earthly energies. So therefore, you're able to benefit from these vibrations in many different ways. So when you go into the Hermit mode, which is going to happen in between the 4th and the 18th of June, but in particular 11th, 12th and the 13th of June. 11th, 12th and the 13th of June, my gorgeous Virgolinis, are going to reveal something really significant for you and important. On one hand, it's going to help you to realize that you were in self-denial, what you were in self-denial about. But then on another hand, this is a absolutely ridiculously crazy important time when it comes to your own self-illumination, and you're gonna for once realize what came to an end by what are you in self-denial about. But on another hand, this is all about that confirmation that you can do something huge, you can do something big, you can do something massive, you're incredible, you're very powerful, you're super important, you can do anything you want. And this is going to reveal, this energy is just going to by making you to feel like you're on top of the world, but we are completely going to be. This is also going to reveal and confirm this perspective to you, and it's going to make you feel so good, it's going to make you feel so powerful. And also the certain problem, annoying problem, it's going to come to an end at the same time. So this is what your Hermit moment is going to reveal to you, my gorgeous Virgolini. So now I'm going to did I do this differently? I normally do the tarot, but see, the Hanged Man. This is fantastic, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and it's all about your regeneration. It is all about your rebirth. It's all about looking at the situation from a completely different angle. It was there, it was always there, but it's just reaching this powerful energy, which is also going to help you to go along with it at the same time. It's an important time of readjustment, rebirth, which is going to make you realize what exactly, you see the light has gone off, and that's a sign. It's an important moment in time when it comes to your own rebirth, my gorgeous Virgolinis, but it's also even more important for you to realize what exactly you need to cut out of your life, what exactly you need to adjust. An important adjustment this rebirth is going to have. But this is all about your own vibration. This is all about your next direction. Sorry about this. Oh, what am I like? What am I like? This is all about, this is an important time because it's to do with your own rebirth, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Well, I heard there was a secret chord. She's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. You see, this is it, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You're gonna like this. It's all about your own rebirth. Readjustment is going to be pretty much needed, but just remember, have faith in your dreams, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Have faith in your dreams. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. Fantastic. You know, I really like it. A little surprise you are going to have in this stage, in this period in between the 4th and the 18th of June. A really beautiful surprise because it's going to help you with the situation that was confusing you and it was slowing you down. It was making things like a little bit dark around you. So this is important, my gorgeous Libra, because it's also going to mark a quite significant stage at the same time. When it comes to you, my babies, and when it comes to your progress, and when it comes to June 2020, where we are right now at the moment, you know, you are going back now within the last 11 months. What was going on in your life within the last 11 months that was really affecting you, that was affecting your journey in such a way where you felt like enough things didn't change, or maybe you felt like not like you didn't have a connection with things around you, maybe a little bit of confusion that you felt with the certain progresses and the certain processes. It all boils down to the same particular thing, to the fact that it's to do with things that have been very slow, that didn't work out as quick as you wanted for them to work out. And in particular, within the last 6 months, this is an important moment in time, you know, now that you are going to be able from June onwards, you know, you're going to be able to start with an important moment when it comes to the actual plan. There is going to be an absolutely remarkable plan that you are going to have, my gorgeous Libra. I want to say this because this is all about the actual you reaching the problem is going to come to an end. But this problem that is going to come to an end, it's not only about it's not something that came out of you. It's not something that you started. It's not something that you begin. You know, this is to do with the things that have been happening around you that affected you. But then again, it did put you like in a certain way or on a certain path where you just kind of need to go along until you reach this particular stage where you can just carry on with your personal development. Well, my gorgeous Libra, you will have an important surprise. And this is going to be really good for you. You're going to hear something and it's going to surprise you, but most certainly for you, this is going to be the greatest news ever, because it's just going to confirm something very important to you, but it's to do with what you need to kind of learn about. Something is going to reveal itself, and this is so significant. Listen to me, my gorgeous Libra, very carefully, because this will be important. It's not only going to be to do with your own essence, with your own spirituality, but it's going to make you feel so much better almost immediately, because it's going to be this is going to be the direct reflection of your own personal balance, and that in itself is going to give you the necessary courage, and that in itself it's also going to put you on the path, and it's going to put you on an important journey when it comes to the like the actual determination, initiative, and the strength that you're going to gain and gather through it. So it means you need to pay attention to what is like kind of what do you need to learn, what is like what do you feel attracted to, what do you suddenly you feel like kind of you want to learn about, because there is an important learning process that is going to come towards you, that is going to float around you. On one hand, this is going to be your new perspective, it's going to bring you the new perspective, but on another hand, this is going to mark an important new beginning of your life, or you are most certainly going to start a process. You see, this is all about you rediscovering yourself, but it's all about you starting a significant progress in your life, that it's to do so much with who you are, and it's also going to be quite significant when it comes to the actual October 2020. October 2020, it's going to be the second stage of what you are doing right now. So if you need to kind of like if you want to look for the job, like you're looking and things like that, this most certainly this is going to be the best time ever. If you want to expand yourself in any way, this is going to be the greatest time ever. I have to say this and I have to stress this: the things are going to show themselves to you, and things are going to become quite interesting and also significant to you when you least expected. I have to say this, when you least expected. Sometimes even in the darkest of the places, the most beautiful flower is going to be born. This is exactly what is going to happen to you, my gorgeous Libra. You're going to surprise yourself, but also you're going to find out something quite significant about yourself, and that in itself, it's not only going to become the little spiritual seeds that you're going to plant at the same time. It's an idea that is almost immediately going to be manifested at the same time, and it's going to be connected to the swift change. An important message is going to confirm something to you at the same time, and you will know that there is going to be very soon a quite significant decision that you're going to make. But most importantly, this is going to work out for you beautifully when it comes to your growth in many different ways. And October 2020, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to prove to you that you did the right things indeed. And that in itself is important, because you will know, it's to do with your own reflection, and it will be like a very much so to do with the respect for the certain knowledge, and the desire to learn some kind of new things. It's all going to be kind of vibrant and very important. And this is so significant when we have this quite a powerful energy and vibration in our lives, because at the same time it means that we're entering the whole new dimension, which on another hand means that you're going to be tested, where you feel like, oh God, it's the end of the world or something like that. No, I'm not saying you're going to feel like that, but I'm saying that those moments that if you do feel like, oh God, nothing is changing, nothing is moving, just remember that those moments are going to reveal something quite powerful to you at the same time, which is on one hand going to help you to breach and reach for things that you didn't think that you're able to reach at the moment, because you will realize that you've got more resources than you possibly need to do something really important. But on another hand, it's going to start boosting you in many different ways, in particular when it comes to your own creativity. It's an important time for the release. What would you like to release if when it comes to like kind of like a negativities, when it comes to kind of things that are bringing you down, when it comes to things that you have been thinking negatively about within the last few months? What were you thinking about negatively that is just still like kind of holding a little barrier around you? It's important to realize that it's all within you. It's all gonna come from you. The power is you. The power is within you. And that's why it's so super significant time to realize what was bothering you and what do you need to release in such a way so you can just move on, because you're entering in a significant stage where you're going to plant the seed that is just going to have a few different stages. But most importantly, it's to do with your own personal development, it's to do with your own rebirth, and it's also to do with you testing the waters a little bit, where you're going to need to be like a little bit courage, but most certainly it's the time of justice at the same time. Here is the time where you're going to hear about an important justice at the same time, my gorgeous Libra. But this will be very important, because now vibrationally this is going to bring it a whole new balance, and most importantly an advice. Pay attention, my gorgeous Libra, pay attention. At the time when you hear about a certain justice, and this is going to mean to you so much, at a time when you hear about a certain justice, you will know that there will be the moment in time, not that long after, when you're going to hear a life-changing advice. So pay attention, my gorgeous Libra, pay attention, because that most certainly is also going to be a beautiful indication for you that it's a time for action, time for action, time for action, time for action. And someone very important, it's also about to return into your life. No, baby, no. I do not mean old boyfriend, old girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife and all this. No, baby, no. I mean somebody important is about to return into your life, and they're going to inspire you beautifully. And it's going to be somebody you haven't seen in a while, somebody who's like very important to you, and somebody who you don't have to see often in order to know how much you love them and things like that, you know. A real person, a real friend. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, my gorgeous Libra. Eight of Coins. Ooh la la. Of course, it's about an important accomplishment. It's an important strength that you're gonna feel, that it's gonna rejuvenate you. I'm not saying that you fell down or anything like that. You felt down, but it's just basically, I'm just saying that this is an important time when it comes to your own inspiration. Inspiration is to do with your promotion, is to do with next stage of your life. But at the same time, you know, certain tasks are gonna be quite given to you, but you will do really well. But you just need to remember to stay committed to the tasks at hand as well, because they will be quite super significant for you later on. This stage, it's very important for you to remember to stay committed to the task at hand, my gorgeous Libra, because you will be tested in such a way where the energy is going to be very powerful around you. So it's very easy to just drift away, drift off, you know. You just stay committed to the task at hand. You're gonna get a really nice reward, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So I'm just gonna see what is your oracle card. La 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 la. Sorry. Pleasure, Libra. You see, it's saying pleasure. This is great, because you're going to start living again. This is because the certain fear is about to go away. This is because the certain negativity is going to go away, which is going to open your eyes in many different ways, you know. But on another hand, it's time to start living again, babies, indeed. And this is exactly how you're going to feel. It's about the progress that you're going to hear about at the same time, that is going to make you feel so good about yourself, about your own personal progress, you know, things that you have put in when it comes to energy wise and things like that. Now you're going to have a really important progress at the same time, which is going to put a big Libra smile on your face, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpione. My gorgeous Scorpione, you know, it is just, oh gosh, you know, it's like, oh God. No, it's like through somebody being like a little bit naughty, or through somebody being like a little bit like dark energy, you know, you're going to find out about someone around you being like a little bit negative, but not personally towards you. So it's nothing towards you. Like, I don't want to be dark Lala again saying like, oh God, you know, it's all dark, negative. No, baby, no. It's nothing towards you personally, but that you will come across someone who's not really nice. You're gonna come across somebody who's like a maybe very materialistic and is using people, and it's not a nice person, somebody who's ungenerous person, and somebody who is not really nice person, somebody who's like a greed in many different ways, but it's also like a little bit of an energy vampire. So you will on one hand know who this is, but on another hand you will, what most important is here and what is quite interesting is that through that person you are going to realize something quite significant about yourself. yourself, in particular when it comes to the actual your personal advancement, in particular when it comes to some kind of setbacks that you had, when it comes to certain problems that you had within the last 4 months, in particular when it comes to like a setbacks in material holdings, when it comes to the actual obstacle, when it comes to a particular obstacle that was preventing you to move on. So throughout this negative person, you are actually going to gain something really interesting out of it, because it's not only going to help you realize the way out of the situation, but it's on another hand going to give you an important idea, because it's going to open your eyes and it's going to help you to look at the bigger picture. And once you see the bigger picture, you're also going to realize that, you know, this is an important moment in time when your personal problem is going to reach a quite significant stage. It's going to come to an end, and that is going to be absolutely so important for you, because it's all about this conclusion. This period, this stage, my gorgeous Scorpione, in between the 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to bring you an important conclusion. What is quite powerful about this is that you need to kind of go with it, go with the flow, and you will have 2 months after that are going to be super important and super powerful and super vibrationally high, in order for you to go for it, to go with it. If you start making changes within the next 2 months, I'm not saying that if you don't make them, if you don't start making changes, you know, within the next 2 months, if you start making changes in 5 months, I'm not saying it's not going to work, but I'm just saying that the progress and the process completely directed from this stage, you know, within the next 2 months, whatever you do, whatever you start, it's going to go that much further. It's going to be so much more successful, because you're going with this particular vibration and you're going with this sacred energy flow, which is on another hand going to increase your vibration, and that in itself, it's also going to self-illuminate around you so much that you're at the same time over the next 2 months going to be going around and feeling things and wanting to do things, wanting to try things that are also going to surprise you. And this surprise and this that you will want to try things and do things that are gonna kind of surprise you, that you feel connected to, it's where the beautiful energy is, well, the beautiful magic is at the same time, because that is every single thing that you feel, it's going to bring you a new perspective. But there are 3 major things that you will do. There are 3 major things that will change. There are 3 major things that you're going to feel completely connected to. Very beautiful and very powerful moment in time, my gorgeous Scorpiones, indeed. On another hand, what else is going to happen? What is going to be revealed to you, my gorgeous Scorpione? Very strong connection with your dreams. Very strong connection as soon as you close your eyes and go to sleep within this stage and within this period from the 4th and the 18th of June. You know, in particular, the 13th, 14th, and the 15th of June. The 13th, 14th, and the 15th of June. Something will be revealed to you, okay? Very important when it comes to your personal development. Very significant, but also very much so needed in order for you to reach an absolutely remarkable levels of your own spirituality, because it's going to require to make a certain changes, but on another hand is to do with a certain justice, but then again is to do with the perspective that you are going to have at the same time, which is also going to give you a clear focus, and you will know exactly which path to take, because this is pretty much very deep and it's very complex, and it's a lot to do with things that have been going on in your life also within the last 24 months, my gorgeous Scorpione. And it's also to do with a swift change that you are going to have at the same time, which is going to be followed with an important message, and that message is going to be absolutely everything, because on one hand you're going to feel spooky, on another hand it's going to feel like, oh my god, incredible, but then again it is just going to be provide you the way out of the situation that no longer serve you anymore, and it slowly came to an end, and it's on you to realize this, that this is an important time for you to simply move on. Okay, so now it is all like basically an important adjustment. You will make an important adjustment, my gorgeous Scorpione, indeed. You see, on another hand, you know, it is the motivation. It's just watch who is motivating you, you know, who makes you feel really good around you when they're around you, who makes you really good, you know, who makes you really powerful, who makes you feel like, oh, when that person is around, your vibration really increases. You know, some people are like energy vampires, and when we talk to them, we're like, oh God, drained, you know, after 5 minutes, you know. And some people inspire us so beautifully. Some people pick our energy up. Some people make us feel so good. So there is somebody, and I see letter J, very important letter J. It's going to be playing some kind of important role here. J. So there is someone that is going to inspire you pretty much so very strongly, very beautifully, my gorgeous Scorpione. And this is going to be also quite an important moment in time when it comes to you. No, first I'm going to do the tarot, because it's just going to kind of make you realize that, you know, what exactly you need to do in order to kind of like set yourself free, you know, what you need to do in order to basically kind of like you know, to go for your motivation, but then at the same time, you know, to see what is restraining you, most importantly, you will see and you will learn, you will know what is actually restraining you by being inspired by this particular person, and you will know exactly. And that is going to be a really big moment as well at the same time. Look, King of Cups is a Knight of Cups, you see as well. Knight of Cups, an important moment in time, because it's going to provide you with like a really important advancement, with a really important journey. And you know that it's all about the actual advancement, but you will be tested, you know, you will need to make a necessary change, and the necessary change that you will need to make, it's also going to put you in touch with a certain person who you will not really like to talk about or talk to, but it's just quite very necessary in order for you to work through the certain obstacle, but also when it comes to the actual advancement in your life, determination, initiative and strength that you are going to get and gain through this particular situation. Scorpione, this is all about the end of the cycle, but it's at the same time the beginning of the cycle as well. So certain things will go and certain things will become rather attractive for you as well at the same time. So your oracle card, oh, it just confirms, look, courage. This is an important, because you will need to deal with the problem. You will come across the situation, but the problem is going to be connected to somebody else, and that will make you feel, oh gosh, no. Just have a courage, and it's also going to make you feel like a little bit nervous. It's going to kind of touch up your little self-esteem a little bit. Just remember, you're very powerful, you're very strong, you have got a sacred energy around you. Use it to the best of your abilities. So just project that energy in the best possible way. People can feel your energy when you sit down. If you are like sitting down in a room full of people and you don't talk to anybody, you know, and you feel really low, everybody will know you're low. And this is because your energy is very powerful, my gorgeous Scorpione. So this is why this is so important, that you will be tested and you will need to kind of like really come to terms with a certain problem. But before that, you will feel like, oh God, you know, that you are not able to kind of do it. So just remember, project your energy in the best possible way, and you will do this by being courageous, by just basically going for it. Be very open-minded. Do not bring yourself down. I know it's difficult to not to think negatively about seeing somebody negative or something like that, but just be very optimistic. All you need to do to make that spiritual knock again, just open your mouth and just start talking. You will be spiritually guided, and this is an important stage, my gorgeous Scorpione. The bottom line is you will make an important decision in December 2020. It's going to be remarkable. Absolutely important and very remarkable, and it is most certainly going to be the time of your rebirth. So you will make an important decision, and that decision is going to take off, and it's going to be super significant in December 2020. Watch this space, my gorgeous Scorpione. This will be good. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarini. My gorgeous Sagittarini is just so, this is so remarkable because, do you know what? Somebody who means to you so much, somebody who's very important to you, somebody who's really lovely to you, an important person in your life. This could be your mom, if she's alive, or if you know her, if you have her. This could be your dad, you know. This could be if they're alive, or if you have them, you know. This could be somebody very like a sister, brother, the best friend, you know, somebody who you really love, and somebody who you really cherish, and somebody who's really significant to you, to your life, and to your own spiritual journey. You are most certainly going to have a moment with that person, and something is going to surprise you because you will be told something about that person. But then again, such an important message you will have there, such an important idea is going to come out of it, and you are most certainly going to take that idea somewhere else. It's like a wonderful, wonderful moment in time. On another hand, there is a certain gift that you will have, my gorgeous Sagittarini. There is a certain gift that you are going to receive within this stage, within this period, and that gift is also going to confirm that you just need to remember to have faith in your dreams. Just need to remember that you have faith in your dreams. But on another hand, that person, it's also going to be absolutely remarkable because it is just all about what you are going to be told, and the idea that you are going to have on one hand is going to be an idea, but on another hand it's going to be an important confirmation, and it's also going to help you to make a certain and rather necessary judgment in your life as well. You will know exactly what adjustment you will need to make to that person who means to you so much, you know. An important convo, an important conversation with somebody who means to you so much is going to reveal this as well. But on another hand, it's all about the actual adjustments that are going to be required, you know, at the same time are going to be quite obvious in order for you to make an absolutely mind-blowing and very beautiful and very necessary progress. It's very interesting, my gorgeous Sagittarini, how June is very strongly connected, you know, now with the rest of the year, in particular when it comes to planting seeds, in particular when it comes to the new beginnings, you know, because the vibration is like super powerful, and this is going to reflect on you so beautifully, and it's also going to enhance your passion. And once your passion is enhanced, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are going to be on top of the world like there is no tomorrow. Okay, and it's also going to re-energize you. It's going to make you feel really creative. It's going to make you feel really powerful. And on another hand, this is all about the second stage that you are going to have. This, what is happening now, this, what is going on, it's going to actually make you to create a certain path. But that path was kind of like a part of two things going on that created uncertainty, and that uncertainty created a certain negativity, and then you just went off like at some moment in time when in the last 6 months you went over because it wasn't the right time to go for it and to do it, for example. But most certainly now this will be the time to prove yourself. Because of this confirmation, you will have an important beginning and start and unfoldment, which is going to take place in December 2020. Not take place in December 2020, but the December 2020 is going to show exactly the progress of all this situation that I've already said to you that it's going to happen. It is also a wonderful time and very important when it comes to your spiritual development, when it comes to your development in general, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career. If you are retired, you know, it doesn't matter. When it comes to things that are going to take you on the next stage, next step, and it's also going to feel so much better. It's going to feel so much more optimistic, and in general it's going to be the highly vibrational time that is going to be beautifully reflected on you, and you're going to find yourself having like a lots of ideas. You're going to find yourself being highly powerful when it comes to your own vibration, and this is nothing unusual, because that in itself is also going to be the great time when you're going to realize that a personal issue is reaching a very important important resolution at the same time. But most certainly, this is the time of prosperity and well-being, and this is also the time of the actual, comfort when it comes to particular security, where you felt like uncertain when it comes to your personal security. Now the beautiful energy is going to come in, and it's going to calm down things for you in the best possible way, and it's also going to provide you with an important direction, my gorgeous Sagittarini. She's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. My gorgeous Sagittarini. Oh, look at this. You will hear your truth. The truth shall be revealed, my gorgeous Sagittarini. The truth shall be revealed. This will be very important for you, very significant for you. What didn't make sense will most certainly make sense now, okay? Very, very important truth shall be revealed. And that in itself, it's also going to make you feel so good, because it's going to give you an amazing power, and it's also going to give you a really powerful and significant initiative at the same time. Absolutely fantastic. Just watch for the truth that is going to be revealed, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards. Ta-da-da-da. Oh Lord, you see, the moon. This means that there's going to be like, also you need to watch, just have your eyes open, my gorgeous Sagittarini, so you can kind of like be aware of somebody naughty as well at the same time. Be aware like of a little deception. I am just telling you this, but not only to be aware, but you're also most certainly going to know this. You're going to find out this. But then at the same time you will be fine, because you will be able to protect yourself. You see, you will be able to avoid situation from the moon, and like someone who's like a really negative, you will be able to avoid that person because you will be aware of it. And this is the most important thing at the same time. You see, it's Eight of Swords. This in itself is going to be an important time for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because it's going to help you to kind of like avoid the situation, and also you're gonna change your mind about the certain things that you wanted to do, through the moon, and through the little bit of, sadly, a little bit of deception, a little bit of negativity, and somebody dishonest. It's important, because it's going to kind of like really make you to avoid that person, but it's also on another hand going to put you on the path, on a direction, which is most certainly going to be all about the departure, journey, and advancement into the unknown. But most certainly it's going to be really good for you, great for you, and it's going to help you to readjust your life in the best possible way. This is a karmically powerful moment in time. You see, every time the light goes, it's always when I say something important. Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off. Sorry, Sagittarini. She's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. Okay. Oh, God, help me. Okay. La, 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 la. Okay, so now... Oh, Capricornius, dun, 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 dun. Capricornius, dun, 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 dun. Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Capricornius, dun, 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 dun. This is for you, my gorgeous Capricornius. Or for those of you who don't know what Capricornius is, it's Capricorn. Capricornius in my world. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's like this is for the stage and the period between the 4th and the 18th of June. And you know what? There are two important things that are finally going to come together. These two important things that are finally going to come together are going to reveal a completely different picture to you. And this is very important to watch for at around the actual 16th and the 17th of June in in particular. Look what is going to be revealed to you in between the 16th and 17th of June in particular, because that in itself, it's going to enhance you. That in itself, it's going to really open your eyes. That in itself, it's going to be an important part of your spiritual journey, because for once, it's going to provide you with a perspective. For two, it's going to make you feel so much better. Number three, it's going to give you like, oh, thank God, you know, it's the resolution of the problem that is going to start happening, you know, at the same time. But it's nothing to do with you necessarily, but it's a lot to do with the things that have been happening around you. It's a lot to do with the things that have been happening, you know, in general around the world, that we couldn't do too much about it, but then again, it affected you in a certain way. This is an important, because it's going to help you with a certain progress, but it's also going to bring a swift change, which is on another hand going to be connected to an important message at around the end of this journey, end of this stage. And an important message at around the 18th of June is going to arrive, and this important message is all going to be about your own advancement. It's all about going to be about a certain adjustment that you will need to make, certain adjustment when it comes to your life, when it comes to your determination, and when it comes to your initiative. This is a remarkable moment in time, because it's going to bring you a promise, and this is going to be so personal but so important at the same time. Somebody very significant in your life is going to tell you something, and they will require something from you, and you must not overlook it. You must go for it. Not that you must go for it, but it's to do with an input that you will need to make, and that input that you will make is going to be super important for that person in your life, you know, because it's going to kind of speed up the certain process when it comes to like an ongoing journey that they had, but they were attached to some kind of negativity when it comes to the conclusion that they were waiting for. But that conclusion, it was just kind of like taking its time, because it was just affected to the certain things that had been happening, and it was all part of the picture at the same time. I want to say that this is the Capricornians. I want to say this, and I want to stress this. This is an important stage when it comes to an opportunity that you will have. But also at the same time, you need to open your eyes as much as you can, because that opportunity is also going to come with a certain test, and the test that you will need to have, it's going to make you realize that there are certain adjustments you will need to make. But this is important to do for your spiritual journey, because it's to do with your own personal rebirth as well, which is at the same time going to bring you a focus, and it's also going to bring you a promise, and that promise is going to give you an idea that is also going to be so important to you, and it's at the same time going to help you with an obstacle that you will have, that obstacle that you had for the last 6 months. Now this is the time of the actual improvement, my gorgeous Capricorns. This is an important time when it comes to your own personal development, but also on another hand, this is an important time when it comes to the actual promotion, you know, and outcome of the past effort. Just what were you waiting for? What was slowed down? What was bringing you down? What was making you negative? What was like kind of happening, but it wasn't happening fast and quick enough in your life? You see, it's an important outcome of the past effort that you're going to have. You will be able to see a completely different picture, and I'm so happy for you, because now you, my gorgeous Capricornians, are also going to start the progress and process through your own responsibility and creativity. You know how weird this is going to sound, but it's from the 4th until the 18th of June. The more creative, oh my God, Capricorns, this is so important. Look, you go with this magical energy. You are going to have a magical energy, literally, because karmically you're reaching a pure and beautiful and highly powerful stage. So what is going to happen is every time when you feel very creative, every time when your energy is like a highly vibrational, which reflect on you in thinking a very in a creative way, which enhances your energy, enhances your power, power, it's important to do as much as you can. This is because you're going with this flow, you're going with this energy, you're reaching at the same time an important part of your life, which is going to provide you with an important and rather significant information at the same time. But it's all about you realizing something absolutely remarkable when it comes to you. Because what's going to happen is just basically it is all about your own advancement. Something will be revealed to you through your own creativity when you least expect it. This is because at the same time you will be part of all sorts of dimensions like we always are, but this time it will be different because you will be able to pick up on those deep spiritual things around you through your own self-illumination that you can't normally pick up on as easily. You can pick up on these things when you're dreaming, when you're sleeping, and when you're meditating. But the magical thing about you is, my Capricornians, is the more creative you are, the more outcome you're going to have. But something absolutely remarkable is going to be revealed to you at the same time. On one hand, you will know what you need to release. Look, what came to an end and what needs changing and what needs looking at in your life, what you need to pay attention to. But on another hand, what else is going to be revealed, my gorgeous Capricornians? Look, Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Capricornius, tan, tan. Do you see this? I don't know if you can see this. It's potential. It's all about an important, incredible, mind-blowing, amazing, remarkable potential. But I'm picking up on your energy already. And I know that this is all about vibration. This is all about powerful time. This is all about getting together. This is all about going on the next step. This is all about the darkness coming to an end, and a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, enormous light at the end of the tunnel, which is about to shine very bright like the sun. Very, very important. And these energies are going to be an integral part of your journey and an integral part of all these things that are going to be boiling down to this particular and important moment. Probably the most significant a moment that you're going to have. It's about a certain potential, and this is going to be remarkable because it's at the same time going to make you feel like, oh my god, a little bit indecisive, but it doesn't really matter which way you go, which way to turn. It's gonna boil down to the fact that you just need to be very responsible indeed, and that most certainly is going to bring you a generous reward. You see this potential, you're going to learn about an important potential, and that potential is at the same time going to come out to be something absolutely remarkable, because it's at the same time going to connect you to your spirituality and to your subconscious mind like there is no tomorrow, which is on another hand going to immediately bring you the resolution, which is also going to bring you a swift change. At the same time, you're going to receive an important message as well, a remarkable and important message, and that message is on another hand going to confirm something else for you, very important. And also when it comes to the actual reward, from the past effort, this is all going to be connected, very significant indeed. You see this? Three of Cups, absolutely important time when the time of relationships and the time of people in your life. This time will be very significant, 4th and the 18th of June, when it comes to you and when it comes to the people in your life, when it comes to like coming to terms with important things, but good things, but significant things that put like a really big smile on your face. But it's also all about the relationship, about the people in your life that are going to be playing an important role. People in your life are going to play an important role when it comes to you. Listen to them, try to feel them, because they will be part of your progress. There will be a lot that you will find out through people in your life, through the people that are the most important to you. Someone also in your life is going to have a quite interesting information for you, and it's going to get you thinking. But on another hand, it's going to be something that is going to make you feel a bit uncertain But then again, as the time goes by, you will be able to understand this message more and more and more. However, you will be able to recognize yourself in this situation. But on another hand, it's all gonna boil down to the fact that, you know, this is an integral point in your life, my gorgeous Capricornians, when an important continuation is going to take place, okay? I've got an itch, sorry. An important continuation is actually going to take place, but most certainly it's the time when you're going to think, what do you need to release? And also, on another hand, it's all about the adjustments that you're going to need to make, and important adjustments which are almost immediately going to open your eyes, and you will be able to see the bigger picture that you didn't see before, but it's going to make sense to you like there is no tomorrow, because you will know that at the end of the very tough cycle, you know, it's happening here. And this is why this is so important, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. Okay, and I'm just going to now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquamarine. My gorgeous Aquarius, you see, this is all I've ever felt. I just felt to take a card here, an extra card for Aquarius, Aquamarine, my gorgeous Aquamarine, Aquarius. Now, listen, you know what? I'm so happy because, you know, from the 4th until the 18th of June, this is when things are going to start changing for you beautifully. This is when you will start reaching a very important stage when it comes to the peak of your own energy, and that is going to reflect on your creativity. You see the light is going always when I have something special to say. Sorry. Aquarius, light goes. I'm so sorry. It's like, it just confirms what I'm saying, because Aquamarine, my gorgeous babies, you are reaching an important stage, but this is to do with the creativity, and it's also to do with who you are, with what you want to do, but it's also to do with an important and mind-blowing situation that you will have. But it's positive, it's optimistic, and it's most certainly also to do with an important an important continuation. Aquamarine, you're also going to have a mind-blowing, important continuation that is actually going to take place. This is very significant. This is very powerful moment in time, but it's also going to be the time of the return of the highly vibrational and very powerful energy. Emotionally, it will be very interesting because your eyes are going to be open. You know, you're going to learn something about someone in your life that it's maybe going to surprise you a little bit, but then it's going to be quite good actually, because it's on once going to open, for once it's going to open your eyes, but then on another hand it's going to make you really strong, but then again it's going to give you an important idea, and that idea is going to be quite powerful when it comes to your own passion, because it's going to help you realize something quite important when it comes to the perspective which is about to start happening in your life, which is on another hand going to bring you a beautiful focus, and that in itself is going to create an important moment in time when it comes to your own personal radiance. My gorgeous Aquamarine, this is the time to show yourself. This is the time to prove yourself. This is the time for the new beginning. This is the time to test the water. This is the time to go for things. You know, this is the, no, it's true, but it's very important. I'm picking up on this wonderful energy that you are going to have, but then at the same time it's to do with your passion, and it's you taking your passion and really taking it on the whole next level, but you will feel it so beautifully, you will feel it so brightly. It's going to be so important because it's going to be connected to the rather important negotiation which is going to take place, and you're going to do so great. And on another hand, your lucky number here is number 777. In between the 4th and the 18th of June, your lucky number is 777, and it's just like, oh my lord, it's all about your spirituality, but then your vibration is going to be so powerful. So just remember, my babies, not only you will be guided like by the spirits, so therefore there will be lots of signs for you, but on another hand, the balance of your energy and the balance of your vibration within you, you will be able to manipulate in the best possible way, and that means that whatever you do, whatever you start, you also have to just basically like you do not even try to bring yourself down. Any challenge you have, please don't like misuse this energy, but it's like any challenge that you have or anything like that, you just need to project your own energy, and it's going to be very strong, it's going to be very bright, and above all, it's going to be very powerful, so you will be able to benefit it from this like there is no tomorrow. It's the time of the great luck, it's the time of the great happiness. So if you want to in order to use this well-balanced energy that you are going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini, if you need to look for work, and if you need to look for a job, or if you need to deal with the difficult situations or difficult people or even problems, this is the great time to deal with the problems, but it's also the great time to kind of also try to forgive and forget as much as you can. Do not, please, I beg you, I'm not saying that you do this normally, but do not hold any grudges. Like if anyone kind of pisses you off or anyone upsets you at around this time, don't hold any grudges, because it's not about them, it's not about the situation, it's about you and your spiritual journey, and you allowing yourself to kind of float above that situation, and that in itself, it will reward you with not only an obstacle that is going to come to an end, but it's also going to help you realize that there is something quite an important idea you will have at the same time when it comes to your own personal expansion. This is the time of the continuation, as I said, but on another hand, it's also the great time, so I must not forget, when it comes to that important negotiation that you will have, you will benefit from this like there is no tomorrow. And number 777 means that you will be having signs, and this is nothing unusual, because now we are entering, as I said before, the second stage, the second part of the year 2020, which will be very rewarding for you, and it's going to be like the complete opposite of what was happening within the first 6 months. This is going to be the complete opposite, but in the best possible way. And one particular thing that was very slow, that you couldn't do, that you couldn't reach, that you couldn't go for, not because of you, but because of the whole situation around you, and things like that. So now this is going to take a remarkable and absolutely beautiful and enormous effect, on your life. And when it comes to the actual business, when it comes to the things happening, this is going to be an important time of rebirth, but also at the same time an unfoldment, but also emotionally, the negativities that you might have had around you, or that you had around you that cause uncertainty, are slowly going to come to an end. Very beautiful and powerful emotional reward you are going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and I'm so happy for you as well. I'm so happy for you. You are going to hear an important news, from somebody in your life, somebody who's very significant in your life, like somebody like a family member. You are going to hear an important news about the family member, and that's going to be very important for you indeed. But on another hand, this is just about the actual material attainment. You're going to find yourself on an advanced level, and you will realize how powerful you are. You will realize how different you are. You will realize how strong you are, and that in itself is also going to start an important stage, an important journey, because it's immediately going to make you realize that you are part of the completely different dimension. This is going to be mental, but in the best possible way, from the actual June until the end of that year. This time will be complete opposite of what was happening within the first 6 months, within the first half of the year. I mean, indeed, you will know that it's just basically, it's time to look at the bigger picture. This is very important to remember. It's time to look at the bigger picture, because you are going to be tested. Somebody's just going to come towards you, and maybe somebody who used to be in your life, for example, or somebody who is not so much in your life anymore, is going to test you a little bit, and then you just need to remember to look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. Somebody very dear and very important in your life, again, I know I've seen this before, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but somebody very important in your life it's going to need your help. It's to do with an opportunity, but it's also to do with an advice, okay? Someone very important in your life, it's going to need your advice, okay? But they may not come to you and ask you, but it's gonna be crucial for you to realize this, because it's to do with a certain opportunity. Very important, because it's going to help them to work through their fears. You see, some kind of fears that they have, that they develop, and you're so powerful, you're so strong, and you always make people feel that much more grounded with your own personal power, my gorgeous Aquamarini. An important motivation also through someone very, very powerful in your life, someone who you look up to, is going to motivate you so beautifully throughout this time. On another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, this is an important stage in between the 4th and the 18th of June of justice, you know. It's a justice. You're going to hear about a certain justice that is going to put massive smile on your face. But then on another hand, this is the great time to start lots of processes when it comes to the to the actual justice, you know. Anything that is confirming you, no, anything that is concerning you, anything that you're uncertain, or anything that you're not happy about, it's absolutely remarkable time to discuss this, because it's to do with the justice, and the balance is going to be absolutely superb. She's a maniac on the floor. She's dancing like she's never danced before. She's maniac on the floor. Sorry, but it's also to do with the justice, you know. In general, you are going to hear about a certain justice, and it's going to put a massive smile on your face. But when you hear about a certain justice, and when this puts a big smile on your face, my gorgeous Aquamarini, just remember that basically look for the advice. There is somewhere going to be a little advice for you, but you're going to need to dig in a little bit to find out. So it's not going to be direct, but it's going to be on you, on my gorgeous, clever Aquamarini, to find out and realize where there is an advice for you. It's not going to be directly, but it's going to be indirectly, but it's going to be just as important for your own personal growth. Indeedy. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this tarot card. Aquarius. And this is your Tarotina Cardina. Of course, it's, look, 3 of coins. Look, this is what came out, like 25,000, of course. So it's the Page of Swords. Look, Aquamarini, what are you doing to me, Aquamarini? Page of Swords. This is an amazing moment in time, an idea, but also at the same time, it's all about the new initiative. It's all about the great determination, and it's all about the strength that you are going to get through the certain progress and process that is going to take place. Remember to stay committed to the task at hand, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. 3 of coins. This is absolutely remarkable, because it means an important progress is going to take place, in particular when it comes to some kind of continuation. But also this is going to be a remarkable time when it comes to planning, when it comes to the future, when it comes to you giving an input. Your input is going to be absolutely super needed. Your input is going to be needed in the situation that is going to be maybe a little bit problematic. The Lovers, an important time and stage in between lovers, in between people in your life, you know, and also in between, like, you know, relationships. This is the time when the relationships are going to start, you know, happening. But also on another hand, an important time for those of you in relationship, and also for those of you that are not in relationship. This is going to be rather promising time, and it's going to be connected to like socializing, perhaps, you know, and things like that. And also, look, the success, the world, my lord, Aquamarini. It's the world. It's remarkable because it's all about the success. And you are out of your own success, out of your own positive outcome. If you are retired, for example, you know, it doesn't have to be with the work necessarily, but it could be like the positive outcome that you are going to feel the greatest success. It's also going to provide you with a beautiful realization, which is going to provide you with a beautiful opportunity where you're going to think like yes or no. And the answer is yes, my babies, indeed. And your oracle card is Dun, 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 dun. Security. You're reaching an important moment in time when it comes to your own personal security. Okay, and that is going to help you to make a quite significant go for the quite significant option. You know, it's to do with the decision that you're going to make, but it's going to be good because it's most certainly you're reaching an important time when it comes to your security. But in general, the stage in between 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to make you realize that you are reaching an important time when it comes to your personal security and power, you know, so you will be able to carry on with your planning indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious and my beautiful Pisces. Now you see I've got like a couple of cards here that I took out just like this. Do you know, my gorgeous Pisces, this is a quite interesting time because, you know, it's all going to start with a moment, you know, in between the 4th and the 18th of June. The moment that it's going to happen in particular within the first, like let's say 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th. You know, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of June. This is the time when you're going to hear an important news. This is so important because it's also going to create a moment. This moment that is going to be created is almost instantly going to create a door. When I said the door are going to be created into a completely different dimension, because now you're reaching an integral part of your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Pisces. What was happening also within the last 17 months, my God. This is why this is so important, because what was happening in your life within the last 17 months, where you kind of like felt, you know, things like kind of uneasy, you felt maybe the things were really slow, you maybe felt that things haven't been happening, you maybe felt like the things haven't been moving on as quick as you wanted. You know, there are a lot of aspects that I can actually put in here, but the most important is that this is the time of progress, an important, absolutely remarkable time of progress, my gorgeous Pisces. And I just have a feeling I need to do this. Look, an important time of progress when it comes to healing chaos, you see, healing uncertainties, you know, healing those times in your life where you had to karmically go through within the last 17 months, but you couldn't make the necessary changes until things change around you. But this is in particular even more important when it comes to the last 6 months, the first half of the year that we are in now, that is just gone, you know, from January until now, you know, in particular, absolutely in super particular, what was creating chaotic situation in your life, what was bringing you down, and what was making you negative by bringing up the uncertainty, which also clouded quite a lot around you, and that kind of created a lot of unfinished businesses, in particular when it comes to like your own projects, your own projections, and also when it comes to you moving on with your lives. You know, it was a little bit on stand. So this is all about the healing chaos, most certainly, but it's also about the unfinished business that it's about to return. And an important unfinished business is about to return into your life, my gorgeous Pisces. And most certainly now it is just going to provide you with an option, with a direction, with an opportunity, but at the same time it's going to be super important wake-up call, and that wake-up call is going to become something completely different. It's very important because it's to do with the promise, it's to do with the creativity, it's to do with an idea that you're going to have at the same time, but also it's going to require a little bit of readjustment and adjustment that you're actually going to do by the March 2020. Yeah, you see what I mean? So now you're going to start something really big and important progress and process that is actually going to have the second stage in the March 2021. So the next year, this will be the next stage of an important progress and process that you're going to make. This is the time of not only spiritual growth, but it's the time of the personal growth. It's the time of the when your security and power are going to start increasing increasing, because also it's all about an important continuation and the ability and the realization that an important door is going to appear in front of you, and it's going to be almost impossible to ignore it. It's going to be almost impossible not to go through it. It's going to be almost impossible not to go for it. You see, it's a very challenging situation that is also going to occur in between the 4th and the 18th of June, but you're going to do absolutely great. Most certainly you're going to do not only going to do great, but it's also going to bring you an important determination, initiative and strength that you needed in order to move on, and also to deal with the situation that you're so uncertain and worried about. What if you change it? You see, it's Vaseline. Every time the light goes, it's important message, I say. So it's to do with the situation that you are going to have, and it's also to do with like basically your next stage. You know, you will be tested in a way where you're going to be like, oh God, I'm not too sure. But this is to do with the actual learning progress and process. You are going to have a little learning process, something about yourself. 4th to 18th, in between the 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to bring you an important, like quite unusual situation. And through that unusual situation, you will respond in an unusual way. And that is going to help you to learn something quite important about yourself. And that in itself is going to be absolutely everything. It's going to be remarkable, because on 1, you will know exactly what you need to release. For 2, you will know exactly which adjustments you need to make. And for 3, just remember that the end of the tough cycle is coming to an end. The end of the tough cycle is coming to an end, you know, and the personal issue is reaching a really, really powerful resolution at the same time. My gorgeous Pisces, what is going to happen, there will be like a little bit of a hermit moment that you're going to have. I have been seeing hermit moment quite a lot when it comes to you, my Pisces, but the hermit moment is sacred and it's very powerful, and it's also going to reveal an important realization. You know, you will be self-illuminated. You know, in the hermit moment is going to happen in between the 4th and the 18th of June. But most importantly is you will recognize, oh, I'm feeling a little bit low, I'm feeling a little bit weird, I'm feeling a little bit strange. And it's going to be maybe at around the 11th, you know, at around the 11th, I feel very strongly, you know, that you're going to feel like an entrance of something really important, but also at the same time, you will feel at around the 11th, so it could be like, you know, the 10th, 11th, or 12th, or even 13th of June, you know, this is going to reveal you a hermit moment, which is going to make you feel like a little bit, you know, like a little bit unusual, a little bit weird, a little bit strange, but then at the same time, you will know, a stranger you feel, the better it's going to be. The weirder you feel, the more powerful realization you're going to have. You know, the more bizarre you feel, the more you will know that you're part of all these different vibrations and dimensions and energy, like we always are. But now with an advancement of having a hermit moment, it's going to provide you with an opportunity to understand your situation around you so much more, and to connect on a completely deeper level. And this is what I'm talking about, because something really important is going to be revealed to you. Not only you will know what are you in self-denial about. This is an important self-denial, well, significant self-denial. But on another hand, it's going to be revealed to you like the actual look, the certain what exactly you need to do in order to go towards the certain security and power and strength. An important revelation, what the next step is going to be. And it's going to come through the hermit moment. So you feel a little bit weird, strange, and over those few days that I said. But then at the same time, you know, it's going to put you in a deep thinking mode. You know, it could only last for like about a day. It could last for like about half a day. It could last for like about an hour. It could last for like about an hour. It depends. But the most importantly is that some kind of passion out of you. It's going to come out, and it's going to provide you with an important direction, an important realization, what exactly you need to do. But most importantly, it's going to bring you a perspective. But on another hand, it's going to bring you a wake-up call, because you will know, just go for it. It's time. If you don't do it now, you know what I mean? How long you're gonna wait? Important for your progress to do what you want to do, and also important time to treat yourself, an important time to spiritually reward yourself, an important time to meditate, and also to contemplate as much as you can, because you will learn quite a lot about yourself. You know, it's a lot about the actual an indecisive situation that you're going to have on one hand, but you're going to do absolutely great great indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to do the oracle card again. On another hand, you know, this is an important time when it comes to actual good news. You know, you're going to get a good news about a gain, about an advancement, something that you expected, but at the same time, the certain desire is going to be almost impossible to ignore. And also it's to do with your past, you know, an insight from the past, you know, it's going to bring you the resolution to the certain kind of like an uncertain situation. You see this? An important truth shall be revealed. The period and the stage in between the 4th and the 18th of June, it's going to bring you an important, mind-blowing, absolutely remarkable truth. And that truth is going to be absolutely everything, because it's going to make you feel really solid. It's going to confirm certain things to you, but it's also going to help you to realize that you're standing on the ground. You know, the ground that you're standing on, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and there is going to be a lot around you and around it that you didn't realize before. An important truth shall be really revealed, and that truth is also going to set you free at the same time, my gorgeous Pisces. What I want to say to you, that there is going to be an indecisive situation that you're also going to have, and it's going to work remarkable for you, because you are going to make a decision, and that decision is also going to require from you to kind of make a certain adjustment. So the necessary adjustment will be quite significant for you to pay attention to, but most certainly it's going to do absolutely wonderful for you indeed, because this is all about the actual departure, and it's all about the advancement when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Pisces. But it's so much so to do with who you are, and it's so, are you going to find out something quite significant about yourself when it comes to your skills, when it comes to your talents, when it comes to something very specific about you. Pisces, pay attention, my gorgeous babies. In between the 4th and the 18th of June, something very specific about yourself, it's also going to be revealed. And this is, my God, this is big, this is huge. It's like almost like, you know, every single one of us is on this earth with the different specialities. You know, every single one of us is on this earth for the different reasons. We are all on the earth for the particular reason. We don't stay here for too long, because, you know, you're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Life goes like this, you know, really quickly. At 20 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80, like flies like nothing, man. So being on this earth, it goes like really quick. So that's why it's very important to know and to pay attention. What is that very essence around us? What is that very essence about us? Because something very beautiful is going to be revealed about yourself. Is to do with you, who you are, with your passion, something that you're not paying attention to, but something most certainly that you should be paying attention to and take on the whole next level, because it's at the same time going to provide you with a remarkable vision. And that vision is going to be absolutely everything at the same time, because it's going to enhance your power, and it's almost immediately going to make you super creative indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, I love every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you all. Bye.